Hello and welcome to a very scary video. So this is a video I posted exactly 5 years ago, and it says, where do I see myself in 5 years? And I'm prepared to be upset. I feel like this young lady here really thought that she had something going for her. And wow, these past 5 years have been really hard. So I'm prepared to be very upset because I have a feeling none of this happened. But let's see. So from October 17th, 2019 to October 17th, 2024, how much did I change? I'm scared. Ooh. So let's see where I saw myself in 5 years.
Hey guys, today I wanted to do
she's so
kind of
little.
a different kind of video. I wanted to do a video of where I see myself in 5 years. Right now I definitely feel like I'm in between a lot of stages in my life.
Guess what? That's still happening. I still feel like I'm in an in-between stage. I felt that way literally for the past like 10 years. I feel like since I graduated college, so I guess 8 years. Since I graduated college, I feel like I've been like in between. Like I feel like I haven't found my place, I haven't found my job, I haven't found what I really want to do or whatever, ever. So I feel like I'm always in an in-between stage, and I'm ready for that to stop. Thank you. I'm too old for this.
In the middle of moving, but we have to wait for the house to sell. Just nothing feels quite right
Same.
now. So I'm trying to look ahead and look positively, and I kind of wanted to talk about where I see myself in the future, in the near future. I see myself in a city, but in the country, like very close to a city, but living in the country with acres and acres of land and cows and chickens and ducks and goats and all kinds of lovely creatures. I see myself.
Okay, I am in a city. I'm near Orlando, so I'm kind of like, I'm near it. I'm in like Sanford area, so like I'm kind of on the outskirts of a city, like I said, but definitely no goats. That's expensive. What's interesting is that from here, I moved to North Carolina, which was 2020, and there were a bunch of animals around us, but we never had animals. So our neighbors had cows, and then the other neighbors had horses, and it was country everywhere, and there was nothing to do. So I kind of got this, but not from my own doing. I just hitchhiked with my parents, so.
Being a single mother by choice, I would adopt a child.
Already?
And he would be homeschooled. I just think it would be fun and it would be a good time. I feel like I would be really close to my child.
Okay, I'm 28 years old and I still feel like a baby. Where? Like, who? At this point, I guess I was 23, and to me, like, 28, that's really old. Yeah, you're probably a mom by then. Maybe one day. I still want to adopt. And my boyfriend is fine with adopting. He wants a girl, and I'm kind of coming to terms with that. Like, we probably would have more than one kid, and we probably would adopt them both, but I'm thinking 2 kids. But, I don't know. That's not happening soon. And I wouldn't be a single mother, which would be wonderful. Hopefully everything would work out and Nick and I would adopt a child and everything would be wonderful. But I know that was my thing that I wanted to do forever. Like, even if I was a single mother, I still wanted to adopt a kid. And I always thought of it as a boy, having a son or something. And yes, I would want to homeschool, but still, I don't think I would be able to because, I mean, who has that kind of money to just homeschool your kid? Like, Nick better get a big old raise if we're doing that. Like, that's a lot of money to just stay at home and be like a stay-at-home mom and a babysitter and like a teacher too. I would love to, but like, I don't see that being something I could ever do just because it's so expensive. So, anyway.
We would do a lot of stuff together. We'd go, maybe not to the zoo, because like we'd kind of have our own zoo.
I wish.
Maybe like the aquarium or like different theme parks and stuff, and we would just spend a lot of time together. And I see myself being like a family vlogger. I'm hoping YouTube is still around in 5 years and they haven't done something stupid. Like right now they're really cracking down on minors being in videos, but hopefully.
Yeah, I kind of had like a different take back then because I was watching Colleen all the time, and like Brittany and Baby and stuff, where everyone had their kids in videos. A lot of people have changed their minds about that now, and like kids can't really consent to being in a video, and is that money really going back to them? So I don't think I'd ever be like a family vlogger, but I probably would, if I still did YouTube, which I've been doing this for like 10 years already, I probably would still be talking about my kids and stuff, and they would be in videos. It just wouldn't be like a family vlogging kind of thing. That wouldn't be like my role is a family vlogger, you know.
Hopefully they'll work it all out, because I think it would be a really cool job to be a family vlogger and to spend time with your family and have that be your job. That just sounds like so much fun, and I think it would be really cool to see like a single mother taking care of an adopted kid. I think that would be a cool dynamic, and it would be something different, something you don't see all the time on YouTube.
I feel like that would be actually really interesting to watch. But again, like, there's just a lot that goes into like vlogging and family vlogging, and you have to think about your child. But it would be cool. That would be a cool, I feel like a lot of people would click on those videos because single mother with adopted child, that's interesting. And you want to see that kind of dynamic, but I probably wouldn't do that. And I probably wouldn't be I probably wouldn't be a single mother, hopefully. And it wouldn't be something that I have to worry about.
YouTube. I see myself being very creative still. I am really a creative person, and I don't see me not being creative in the future. Probably doing more paintings and stuff, maybe doing some blogging or something, maybe a book.
When are you gonna write a book, girl? Yeah, it would be nice. I did today finish my ornaments, so I am still very creative. I put my ornaments up on my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop is always linked down below. So I am still making a lot of like creative content and stuff. I'm still doing a lot of creative stuff. I couldn't not be creative. Like, that's in my blood. I can't not do something creative. So that's cool that I'm still doing that and that it's still a passion and I still care about that.
Something like that, while also doing YouTube. And I feel like if I did do family vlogging, I'd also do other stuff. It wouldn't just be about me and the kid. It would also be more videos of me talking about Taylor Swift, you know?
I still love that girl.
Talking about just things I care about and different things and books and stuff like that. I could see myself having like a family store or something, or some sort of place where I sell things I make, maybe. I don't know if I would ever be good enough to actually sell the stuff I make, whether it's paintings or whatever I do.
I kind of guess that is my Etsy shop. I started my Etsy shop maybe May of 2020, so at this point I didn't sell anything that I made, but I guess that's like as close as it's gonna get to like a mom and pop little shop somewhere. That would be cool for people to like see it in person, or like do what are those called, like on the side of the road kind of thing, or like a what are those called, like a Saturday market or something. But as far as right now, it's just Etsy, and that's plenty. Honestly, that's a little too much sometimes because I don't keep up with it, but I'm trying now to keep up with it more and actually post more on it
in the future. But I think it would definitely be a dream to make some money off of being creative. I definitely would love to make some money on YouTube. That is a dream for sure.
Girl, you're still not making a penny on YouTube, but we're still here. We're still here.
Myself having a nice little farm, maybe a little garden, but I'm really not good at keeping things alive other than...
Yeah, I still can't garden or keep anything alive except for succulents.
And animals. So I don't know how much I would garden, how much I would do stuff like that, planting, things like that. Maybe have a little herb garden. I could see me making some cilantro or something, having like outdoor bunnies and making a bunch of herbs and stuff, and then just throwing all this fresh vegetables into their pen and have them eat fresh, nice vegetables and everything.
I would still love to have some outdoor bunnies. I think it would be awesome to like rescue bunnies and have like a little outdoor area with them, but especially in Florida, like there's a lot of predators everywhere and bunnies are prey animals. So like I still haven't figured out the logistics of outdoor bunnies, but for right now I still have my indoor bunny and he is the light of my life. And I had him then and I have him now. He's 9, so I still love my little bunny, but no outdoor bunnies yet. Maybe one day.
And definitely rescuing a lot of animals, having a couple barn cats, having some dogs.
I have my first cat. I adopted her 6 months ago. I guess more like 8 months ago at this point. She is a sweet little angel. I never thought about having like an indoor cat. Even here I was talking about like barn cats, but I just adore my little kitty. She is such like a character. I feel like I'm really good at picking out animals with big personalities. Like her and Bunny are both so dramatic. And currently we are looking at a Chiweenie at the shelter. She is absolutely adorable. I don't know what's going to come of that. I just saw her and I was obsessed with her, and we went there to see her today, and we went a little early and they were like, you can't see her yet, and I'm like, what? I feel like, so there are different, I volunteer at the shelter, and there are some people at the front desk that I know and some that I don't, and I feel like she didn't realize that I like volunteer there all the time and I spend all of my time there. So she was like, you can see him at 12, and I'm like, really? Like my boyfriend has to go to work, you can't? Okay. So hopefully soon he'll be able to meet her, but who knows? I didn't like that.
Goats, definitely, and a cow. I've done some research on some farm animals. I think it would be cool to have some capybaras, but they're like kind of an exotic animal, and I would definitely make sure that everything is good for them and I'm not just getting a wild animal and, you know, not knowing what I'm doing. But that would be a lot of fun to have something like that in the family. And I want some poodles. I want some little dogs. I love having a big dog, but it's kind of inconvenient since I'm a smaller person. I can't lift him, so if he gets hurt, I can't take him anywhere. And just in general, I can't take him places. And it would be so nice to just like go to the store and bring my little dog with me. It's hard to do that with a big dog, especially one that's old and doesn't jump up anymore. Like, he doesn't go up the steps anymore. He doesn't sleep with me anymore. He sleeps downstairs. So it would be nice.
My perfect angel. Oh my God. It's so sad to hear me talk about Bailey. Like, that was the love of my life. That was my soulmate dog. So like, it's like, oh man, you don't know how good you have it to just have him alive. But whatever. He was perfect. But I do get what I'm saying, where it's like, he used to jump into my car. He couldn't do that towards the end. He couldn't do much moving around or really anything, but he had so much love in him to give, and he was such a sweet, happy little baby. But I do get where I'm saying, where it's like, I'd like a dog to like go places with, because when they get old like that, you can't take them places. They can't get in the car, they can't get out of the car, they can't really hang around very much outside of the home. They get tired easy. But like, man, that was a good dog. But I do get what I'm saying. I do want a little dog to like go out and hang out with. Especially in Florida, a lot of people bring their dogs everywhere. I wouldn't do that. Like, I'm not crazy. Give me some space. But like, I do want my dog to like go to little markets and stuff with me and just kind of hang out and like go places with me. And I'd like to go outside more. I'm a very indoorsy person, so it'd be nice to go outside with an animal. So that would be cool, but I don't know. That was a good dog.
I have some little dogs that I can just scoop up and carry and take places. I have always felt that I would never, ever, ever, ever give birth. I would never get pregnant, never have my own child, but I've always thought that I would adopt. When I was a kid, I wanted to adopt one child from every continent, but now no, that is way too many kids.
Not only is that too many kids, but I feel like, for me personally, I would want to adopt close to home. I would want someone who is struggling here, like right next to me. I would want someone in Florida that is struggling, that I want to adopt as my own child. And I would only want like 1 or 2. I don't want 7 children, you know? And it's not like they're Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, you're not collecting them. You know, they're people.
I want one single kid that I adopt from America. Probably someone I know, most likely. And they can just like switch it over and have me be the guardian and have things run smoothly and not have to worry about anything.
Yeah, I would definitely still now, like if there was some kind of situation like that where someone would be giving me their child, there would be like cutting ties, like with the child. Like, this isn't your kid anymore. This is my kid. You need to understand that this isn't going to be like we share them. No, this is my child now. So I feel like that is kind of what I'm talking about here. And I still feel that way. Like, I don't want any kind of weird, like, but he's my kid. No, he's not. You were on the birth certificate, but this is my child. Like, I don't want any kind of drama with that. So as much as I do think that it would be like easier if it was someone I knew who was giving up their child for adoption, I feel like it would be so much easier if it was like through an agency or something, but I don't know. I'm not at that point yet. Because I know adoption can be such a nightmare and can be very expensive too, but I feel like if it's a family friend, everything would run more smoothly and maybe there wouldn't be so many issues. I think it would just be like all over a better experience. So I would definitely see myself doing that. I'd never see myself having a baby though. I would see myself adopting like a 4-year-old or 5-year-old, somewhere around that age. I feel like we would be very close and we would spend a lot of time together, especially because he would be homeschooled, because I do not trust American school systems nowadays. It's terrifying, and I feel like my kid would die every single day, and I still kind of feel that way. I feel like I'm not as dramatic as I was in this video, but I do feel that way where I would be worried about the kid every day. So for me, I would still want to homeschool, but like also in this video, I'm not thinking about like, if I'm a single mother with a child, where am I getting this money from that I can just like stay home with them all day and go to theme parks? Where's this money coming from? Feet pics? Like, where is all this money coming from? But I understand like the heart behind it, but like, be realistic, girl. Life is expensive. I just can't see myself being okay with that. I still want to experience taking care of a kid, and I think homeschool would be really fun. When I was a kid, I wanted to be homeschooled, and my parents both worked, so obviously I couldn't be, but I think it would be cool to see how it goes to homeschool a kid. And a lot of you, I would like to homeschool still, and I also agree, like, there are a lot of homeschool groups around, so I feel like I wouldn't be at home with a child all the time, like with depriving them of having friends. Like, there's a lot of homeschool stuff around here, like at the zoo and at Chuck E. Cheese and stuff. There's a lot of homeschool days where kids can come together and meet other homeschooled kids. And I feel like that would be really cool for a kid to have friends and still be homeschooled and still be, you know, learning a little bit differently. I still kind of agree with that.
YouTubers I watch, they all homeschool their kids and things seem to be working really well for them. Plus you get a bunch of discounts at like bookstores and stuff, which is awesome. I definitely see myself with a bunch of hamsters and maybe a couple betta fish. Rats. I would love some rats. I would love like a horde.
I had a hamster semi-recently. I had her for, I don't know, a year or so, and then one day she escaped from her cage by bending the wires, like the wire cage. She escaped from her cage. We found her and put her back, but I think it was because of the big fall from her cage. She died like the next day. So I don't really think I need more hamsters in the next couple years or so. I love hamsters. I think they're sweet little animals. They're very loving, but I'm good with my bunny and my cat and maybe a dog. I don't think I need any more hamsters right now. Betta fish, same thing. I really want a betta fish actually, but I never really got the like water stuff right, and I don't want to have an animal die in my care, so I still need to figure out all the water stuff to make sure that not salinity because they're fresh water, but like the temperature and the pH balance and stuff. I want to make sure everything's right for the betta fish, and I never got that right, so I don't want to experiment with a living creature, so I'm just gonna not for now.
Herd of guinea pigs.
I love
a herd of guinea pigs. I don't know, a bunch of guinea pigs. I think it would be cool because they very much thrive in like a family thing. They really don't like being alone, and I think they'd have a lot of fun just hanging out with each other. I would rescue all of these animals. I don't know what kind of rescues are in other places, but here we have quite a few different rescues. We have one that's small animals like bunnies and stuff, and sometimes they get rats or mice or something else in, but it's not just dog or cat. And I think pretty much anywhere there's going to be a family that gets a hamster and then their kid loses interest. I feel like that's like a common occurrence. I just swoop in and grab your hamster, and now it's my hamster and I take care of it and love it forever. I would love a big giant tank of like 3 or 4 dwarf hamsters. That would be so cool, and like 4 different wheels and, you know, everything. Make sure they all have plenty of everything so there's no like, you know, fighting for resources or anything like that. I haven't had very many animals, but I feel like when I actually have my own house and can make my own decisions and my own rules, I feel like I might go a little overboard, but hopefully it'll be okay and the animals will all be taken care of and everything.
So I lived alone for a year. I had my little apartment that I lived in, and at one point I had a guinea pig. That didn't work out, but I had Bunny and that one hamster that I was talking about. I didn't go overboard. I didn't get all these crazy animals or anything, and I was pretty tame. And then, like, after that 1 year, I moved in with my boyfriend, and now it's not just me making decisions. So I also didn't go overboard with animals, but we did get a cat. But we also, you know, the hamster passed away, so we just had the bunny. So it was still not overboard, and I still want a dog. But I feel like I'm not going overboard with animals, though, especially because I volunteer at a shelter, and there's animals that I love every day. There are a lot of little bunnies right now, and they're so cute, but, like, I have my one bunny, and I'm good. But I'm very proud of myself for not going overboard, because when I lived in an apartment in college, I did go overboard. I bought like all the mice, all the hamsters, all the fish, and it's like too much, too many animals. So I'm happy that I learned from that. They were all taken care of, but like I'm glad I learned from that, and now I don't hoard animals anymore.
I love smaller animals. That's really where my passion is. So I definitely would see myself getting at least a couple hamsters and a fish to have inside the house. Last year or the year before, I actually went to a psychic. I didn't believe anything that was being said or anything, and I wasn't putting too much like, "Ooh, this is the truth," into it, but I just wanted to see what they'd say. One thing that they said was, when I'm 27, I'm going to find the love of my life, and he's going to be like outdoorsy. So either his job is like construction or he has a farm, something like that. And we would get married, and I would end up like adopting his kid. Like he would be a single father, and I would end up taking care of the kid with him, and I would absolutely love that.
That didn't happen. I was 26 when I met my boyfriend, but he's not a single dad, and he's not a construction worker, but he is a sweetheart. But that didn't happen. That's crazy, though. Was I 25, 26, something like that? He's a good guy, but yeah, he's not a construction worker. But that's interesting.
The only thing is,
I don't remember this.
Mother would not have to be in the picture, because I do not like sharing.
I still don't.
I feel like if he had shared custody with the mom, I really wouldn't like that at all. I wouldn't like being the other person and like that's their family. I feel like I would be like an outsider, and I don't like that. I would want him to have like full custody of the child, so we could really, you know, take care of the kid as if it was ours and have our little family. I think that would be really, really good. That would be like the perfect scenario, because then he would have both parents. It would be more fun to enjoy having a kid with someone else. But I don't really see someone else being in the picture. I see me taking care of the kid by myself, but like obviously I'm not opposed to having someone else there too.
That's interesting. I guess I have always felt that way. Even when I was a kid, like I would be, like my dolls would be my sisters, and I would be taking care of them. Like they were never my kid. And I was always alone taking care of them. So I guess I've got that from that kind of thing. But like right now, I couldn't imagine doing anything alone, like being alone. Like, no, I want to be with my boyfriend. So that's kind of interesting that then I was like, I don't need a boyfriend. I don't need a man. And now I'm so like reliant on my boyfriend, but anyway, it's fine. Just need to not be so reliant on someone else, and you know, we're working through it.
I'd love that. That would be ideal. That would be the perfect situation. I don't know. I'm not putting too much into having someone else there. Like nowhere in my plans for my life are getting married and, you know, having someone there all the time. That's really not something I care about. More so would be adopting a child and rescuing animals and stuff like that. I don't need someone else there with me. I can do it myself. Like, I don't need a man for nothing. But those
I wish that was true. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten a lot more reliant as I've gotten older, which is interesting. Good for you, girl, for being like, I don't need a man. I don't need nothing. I can do it myself. I don't think I could do it myself at this point. I don't think I could be like a single mother and do it on my own. And I don't have to. So I'm glad about that. But girl, she was independent.
Those are just a couple things that I see myself being and doing in 5 years. I see myself being financially stable, which homegirl isn't right now. Working from home, definitely spending time with my kid, being creative, doing YouTube, doing paintings, and being happy and feeling like my life is fulfilled, having a nice.
None of that has happened. I am not financially responsible. I also don't think that I have anything together. The only thing that I guess is true is that I'm creative. Like, that's it. Nothing else is fulfilled. No.
This brick house on a million acres of land, just enjoying every day. And I think that sounds like the perfect thing. That sounds like such a great life.
Sure
and
does.
Hopefully that will end up being my life in 5 years. And I'm 23, so in 5 years I would be 28. Who knows, by then, maybe I am married and I adopted a kid. You never know. Isn't that crazy to think about, that 5 years you could be a completely different person? You could have a family. What? That's insane. Like, people my age have kids, and I'm like, I am a kid. What?
I still feel
I
that
couldn't
way.
imagine taking care of another person right now. I'm still trying to take
Same.
care of me.
Same.
But more power to you if you can actually do it, because that sounds like the hardest job in the world, being a mother. But it also sounds like the most rewarding. So I definitely want to experience that. Just, I never see myself having my own kid. That doesn't, no. I'm like terrified of pregnancy. It freaks
still.
me out. So like, no thank you. And also I feel like there are already so many kids in the world. Why would I add one more? There are so many people that are
Absolutely.
struggling and really need a family, and I can, hopefully then later, I can provide that for them and get them out of a really bad situation. Like, it seems so selfish for me to have my own child
Right.
when there are already
Right.
so many kids that need a family. Like, no
Right.
shade to anybody who wants their own kids and wants, to pass on their bloodline or whatever, and really wants to have a kid that's half them and half the love of their life. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I think I would not ever do that. I would never have my own child. I just don't see myself. Same thing with breeding animals. Like, never in my life
Right.
would I go to a
Right.
breeder and get an animal. I would go to all the local shelters that have animals that are going to die if you don't take them and love them and care for them unconditionally. Like, why would I go to a breeder and be like, I want this dog. I want you to make
Right.
me this dog. Like,
Right.
disgusting. No.
Right.
That is so
Yes,
not
I
me.
still feel
Like,
that way.
I would absolutely go and find, a dog that needs a home and a person that needs a home. Like,
Yeah.
take them both in the same day. Take them home. You're mine now. There's enough in this world already. I don't need to create more things for it. But that's just how I feel. That's how I think my life is going to go. And I'm excited to see what happens next, because right now nothing is going right and life kind of sucks right now. So I'm hoping
Same.
that once things settle down and I don't
When?
feel like I'm constantly in this transition period, I feel like I'm,
When's that happening?
able to sit down and relax and not worry about anything and not be like, well, I can't do that because I'm moving. I can't do this because I'm moving. But it's not up to me when we move, because someone needs to buy the house and then we have to buy another house. And it's like, there's so much happening. But I'm really hoping that in 5 years, I will be a happy little bean with a happy little family and a bunch of animals on a farm. That just sounds like the perfect life to me. Let me know what you see yourself doing in 5 years. How old will you be in 5 years? I feel like 5 years ago, if I said where I'd see myself in 5 years, I would have been 18. I would have just graduated high school and have started college then. I would have thought in 5 years I would have my own house. I would have lots of money, be financially stable, and that hasn't happened yet. So hopefully in 5 more years I will be financially stable and I
Nope.
will have my own house and
Nope.
the whole list of everything else that I want in life. Hopefully I'll have it, or at least be on my way. Thank you.
Hopefully I'm on my way. Oh, girl. See, I knew that. I thought this would honestly make me more sad, because I thought I'd have even more that I thought would be going for me in the future. But, yeah, no, none of that happened. But I do have a house that we rent with the love of my life. And my bunny is still here, and my cat is here, and there are some good things, I guess, but there's a lot of bad things too. So, I'm still in a transition stage. I feel like, I don't know, I've been through a lot and things haven't been the best, but I'm a strong lady and I'm still going. So, okay, well, none of this happened, but it's okay. So, thanks for watching. Where am I going to be in 5 years? I'll be 33. I swear to God, if I'm not financially stable by then, I'm just going to run into traffic. Anyway, have a good night. Bye.